You think, how big of a deal is it that he got knocked down in his butt?
I feel the same way. Like, I don't care. It was bound to happen at some point. I think that it's probably the last time we're going to see something like that. And, not everyone's perfect. They're not always going to have a perfect day on the field. He's been getting so much hype because he's looked so good during everything. And I'm sure this was probably just a reminder that he's not Superman, but I'm not worried about him for a second. I think the Jets needed whatever they could to try to talk shit to us because we smoked them in the preseason game. We've been in the playoffs a lot more recently than they have been. They signed 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers thinking that it was going to take them to the Super Bowl, and that obviously didn't work. So, they needed to try to talk shit about something. And if this is the best that they can do, God bless.
Chris, what'd you think about that?
I'm happy it happened. I think that's what preseason, especially for rookies, that's what preseason is all about. It's about learning, right? Well, that's a learning experience, right? That's a welcome to the NFL moment, right? It wasn't like he got demolished or thrown to the ground by an offensive lineman. It was a chip block that he didn't see coming. That's something he will think about next time that comes around. So I think that's actually a really good thing that it happened. The fact that Jets fans are going nuts about it. Okay, your tight end unexpectedly, chip blocked Abdul Carter and he fell to the ground. Okay, it's a preseason game. I don't really care as a Giants fan, but I think it's a good thing. I think it's a learning experience for Carter, and I don't expect that to happen very often in the regular season. I'm looking forward to seeing him. If there's one player I'm pretty sure about on this team, other than Malik Neighbors and Dexter Lawrence, it's him. I think his talent is undeniable, and I think it's going to show early in his rookie year.
I think it was funny because Jets Twitter, it was a big thing all week. Jets fans were saying Giants fans threw a parade for an incomplete pass when Hyatt smoked Sauce a couple, was it last year or the year before? And it's funny because they're doing the same thing about the chip block and Abdul Carter. I think what Jets fans need to worry about is the fact that Justin Fields went 1 for 5 for 4 yards, and they were scared to throw the ball in any situation on a passing down. They don't want anything to do with that pass rush. So, yeah, listen, man, that happens to everybody. You're not going to win every rep. I like that that it seemed to light a fire under Abdul Carter. I like that. Yeah, piss that guy off. That's a good idea. Make him mad. We want you to make him mad. Yeah, do that. Just tick him off. Put a chip on his shoulder. Let's see what he can do. But yeah, I think it was welcome to the NFL.
Isn't that kind of a compliment to Carter that the Jets have to game plan their offensive philosophy around chipping him at the line of scrimmage with an extra tight end? For so many years as a Giants fan, I've seen our offense hindered because we've had to do things like that. We've had to leave in extra blockers because our quarterback play, because we couldn't trust our offensive line. It's going to be nice for a change, having to see opposing offenses have to do that. Having one less guy go out for a route because you have to account for Abdul Carter. You have to account for Dexter Lawrence, whoever it may be. So that's a good thing that offenses have to game plan and do extra things to try to mitigate the pass rush for the New York Giants.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what the pass rush can do when we have Dexter Lawrence out there. I mean, obviously we talked about the lack of run defense and it has been weaker, but with Dexter Lawrence in there, and obviously that's a big missing piece right now. So I still concern myself with the run defense because I know that's a weaker spot, but yeah, I think it's going to be as bad as years past, but they are going to get a test right away when they take on Washington. There's no question about that. I don't know that Brian Robinson's going to be there. It seems like they want to get rid of him, but whoever that rookie is they have, I don't know that guy's. I forgot that guy. Yeah, I'm saying they ran the ball just fine against Cincinnati on Monday, so it'll be a good game. We're going to win. I'm telling you right now.
By the way, I am thrilled that they're looking to trade Brian Robinson. At least whenever we call the games Baddog against Washington, he always impresses me when he plays the Giants. So I'm glad that they're looking to trade Brian Robinson. I'm not upset about that.
No, he had 140. Plus, we don't know what's going on with McLaurin. Like, they have a lot of things going on there. The Giants seem to be getting things going in the right direction because we talked about it. Scadaboo's healthy. Well, they're getting back anyway. They're practicing Scadaboo and Neighbors and Dexter. I'm sorry, Andrew Thomas. So that's definitely going to be a good thing without question.